Hey, if you clicked on this video, then you about to learn a whole lot of shit. Just stay tuned, and I'm gonna be showing you guys 5 best houseplants for beginners. So if you don't have a green thumb, or if you're out here murking all your plants, by the time this video is over, you should be straight. Alright? If you don't know me, my name is Harley, aka Theeplantdaddy, and I start every video off like this. If you have any problems, stress, anything weighing you down, tripping you out, stopping you from feeling like your best self, I need you to look at all that for me. Look at it, and give it that. You feel me? Alright, then let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hey, Monstera, how you doing, baby? I see you two just looking all cool right there. Philodendron, what's poppin', bro? Oh, shit, that just knocked a leaf off? Sure did. That's just how we gonna start this. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this off with a plant that's very near and dear to my heart. This plant right here is actually the first plant that I ever purchased, owned, anything. Like literally this plant right here. This is called a Sansevieria. You may know them as a snake plant. You may have seen them around. But I recommend them for any beginner, especially somebody that cares about air quality, because the thing with these plants is they work at nighttime to remove things like formaldehyde and nitrogen oxide from the air. And most people don't even know this, but plants sleep at nighttime. Like, they have a sleep cycle too. So that means these beautiful beings sacrifice their beauty rest for your ass so that you can sleep better and have better air quality. And I just don't even know if I deserve these things. But in addition to that, they are also just in general amazing plants for beginners because they don't need a lot of sunlight, they don't need a lot of water. So that means say you got a dark corner, right? It's like, oh man, look at that corner. Empty, sure it's empty, it feels weird over there. Plant at work, right? Oh, but I don't got no windows, no sun. Hey, don't even worry about all that. All you gotta do is stick one of these snake plants over there, water like every 3 weeks or so, and hey, you'll have a snake plant growing over there, thriving and all that stuff in no time. So they come in a bunch of different varieties. As you guys can see with my first one, it has this yellow pattern around the border of it, and the leaves are a little bit lighter than this one. These babies right here actually came off of here. So I'll let you guys see the patterns on these. And if you look into this one, it has a shoot coming up. Don't ignore the signs on it. This is just, I'm reusing plastic pots. But yeah, I'm gonna let this shoot grow up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna cut it off and then put it in another pot, and then I'll just have a bunch of snake plants around my house, because why not, right? So last up, my last snake plant. I know it doesn't look anything like the rest of these, but the care is pretty similar, so if you come across one, I suggest getting them. They're called Sansevieria cylindricas. I don't know the names right here, but I put this in my last video. I put this at the end of my last video, so if you want to see it more in depth, then feel free to watch that video after this one's over. It's at the end of it. And Jed, go ahead and do yourself a favor and get a snake plant. I haven't even shown you the rest of the plants yet. I know you're gonna love them, but pick up one of these just because, you know. Alright, next up you have a plant that's very similar in care to the snake plant, and it's called ZZ plant. I'm gonna put the scientific name right here. I'm gonna show it to you guys. It grows in a spiral-like pattern, like it zigzags. And I think ZZ, oh my god. ZZ stands short for zigzag, doesn't it? Yo, this is why I need to Google before I do these type of videos. So if that's common information, I'm not having personal realizations that I think are deep. These are amazing for low light. If you have an office, something that doesn't get a lot of window space, then you can put them in there. You don't need to water them a lot either. And yeah, there's not much to say about them. They grow to about 4 feet tall. I just had to put this on the list because I cannot ignore how easy this is to take care of. So ZZ plant if you are interested. Alright, so you love the ZZ, you love the snake plant, and now you're saying you want something with more foliage, something more tropical. Like, you know, you want that Amazon look. You want like you live in the jungle, feel me? So I got the perfect thing for you. These Chinese evergreens, they are damn near indestructible, just like the snake plant, just like the ZZ. Low light, don't need to water them a bunch of times. I had this one in a room that I never go into. I very rarely go into this room. And I only put it in there because like I walked past the door and I could just feel there was no plants in there. And it just didn't feel right to me. So I stuck this Chinese evergreen in this dark ass corner in that drum, right? Forgot about it for like a month and a half or so. And as soon as I like peeped it again, I was like, damn, it had new growth, it had a whole bunch of new leaves popping out, it had a whole bunch of leaves that already unfolded. It was still green as ever. And when I saw that, I was like, I don't care who you are. If you kill this plant, it may be something wrong with you. Like, I don't say there's something wrong with a lot of people, but sometimes you gotta be honest, you feel me? So yeah, very common plant. You can find them at Lowe's or Home Depot or typically any nursery. They complement snake plants well, so if you like, after this video, you're like, hey, I need to go get me a snake plant, I need to go get that plant. You might as well pick up both of them, you feel me, and start your journey since the care is easy. And just get more plants, just do it, just do it. If you do end up picking up one of these, or this goes for any type of plant with a lot of foliage on them, just make sure you're doing a routine check on the leaves underneath of them, all around the surface, to make sure there's no pests or nothing eating them, because they are a lot more prone to them than snake plants are, or like ZZ plants or something else with a smoother surface. So just make sure you're checking around there and handling any issues that you get early on. I haven't personally had any problems, but I've heard stories, and so I just thought I'd throw that out there. Alright, almost done. Second to last plant on the list is a spider plant, the scientific name right here. These are extremely interesting. You can find them in the outdoor garden section, in the indoor plant section. You've probably seen them just as this part without the shoots coming out. You probably see them in landscaping all the time. But when they start to mature, they get these shoots that come out of them, and they develop more spider plant babies directly off of them. So you could just prune these off and then repot them, and you got a fuckload of spider plants, you feel me? A couple things about these plants that are different than the rest of the plants on the list. For one, they do not like low light, so medium light could work, indirect light could work. Make sure that the room is basically just getting some sunlight. As long as it has some windows and some lights coming in, the plant will get everything it needs from that. Second, it does not like to be repotted often. This is one of the only plants that I know that like to be root bound. So that means it likes for the roots to be coming out the bottom of the pot and all that stuff. It likes it to be hard to water before you decide to move it up to the next size pot. And if you know that you're watering everything fine on it and it's still turning brown, you see that the leaves are turning brown and it's not from lack of water, then it could possibly be the water source. If you're using tap water, then it could be the fluoride in it, because these plants are smart and don't like any of that chemicals. So sometimes they aren't afraid to let you know. So as much as I cannot stand spiders, I mean, we're cordial. What? Like if they just over there outside, then we're cool. But this is definitely growing to be one of my favorite houseplants, just from the way it looks. You can hang it up and have these hanging down. That's actually the preferred way that I do it. Or just have it up on something where it can still hang down. Alright, let me go ahead and pick the vlog camera up so I give you guys a good look at everything I'm about to talk about. I put two plants in the final part of this video because they are very similar in appearance and similar in care. They both need low to medium light and not too much water, because when you water them too much, the leaves will turn, hey, excuse you, the leaves will turn yellow. So first plant on that list is a Pothos, and the second one is a Philodendron. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. This is a green Pothos. This was like my third plant that I ever got. It started off like this long, barely coming out the pot, and then it grew all that. So then above my head I have this lemon lime philodendron, so you guys could already pretty much see that they look very similar. But hey, don't even worry about all that. Plant Daddy's gonna get you right. I'm gonna show you guys the differences, or at least a little bit of it. Hey, alright. They come in a bunch of different variations, just like a lot of plants do. I'm gonna show you guys the ones that I have right here real quick, and then I'll be able to show you guys the difference between the two, so that when you go out and shop for them, you're able to do so. I have some marble queen Pathos right here, some neon Pathos, heartleaf philodendron, and then a velvetleaf philodendron. The main difference between these two, appearance-wise at least, is in the leaves. These, you guys can probably see, the leaves are a lot more like arrow-like. They're kind of pointy and more narrow to them. And the leaves are also way more waxy. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can probably see it a little bit. The leaves are kind of waxy on the Pathos. And then on the philodendrons, they have a more heart leaf shape to them, and they don't have that wax feeling, especially this one. This junk feels like cashmere. It actually feels like velvet. But yeah, I had to throw these on the list because they are extremely easy. The Pathos, they can handle lower light than the philodendrons typically can. The philodendrons, they can handle it, but they'll grow a lot faster for you if you put them in a medium light. This plant right here, I had it on top of a bookcase, like in the complete shadows of my room, and it was just growing multiple leaves every single day, it seemed like. Another thing about the Pathos is, everybody knows you can propagate plants. You can, well, if you don't know, you can propagate plants, you can clone them and put the cuttings of them in water and they'll grow roots. The thing about the Pathos is you could keep it in that water. It will grow for a lifetime in the water. The roots will just get bigger and bigger, and the plant will keep growing, and that's just pretty cool, right? So I feel like I've talked so fast, I've talked so much throughout this video, but I just wanted to get all that information out there. I wanted to show you guys the 5 easiest houseplants, because a lot of people want to start their journey but have nowhere to start, and this is the perfect place to start if you're looking to start a houseplant journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sitting down the whole time, so it's a little bit of a different speed than my previous videos, so go check those out. Make sure you check those out. I know you're gonna love them if you like this. Make sure you join the tribe. Subscribe down below. Follow me on all my social media, Theeplantdaddy on everything, and we just having a good time over here, just making the world a better place, each individual at a time, you feel me? Each community, each household at a time, you know? But hey, I love you. Go ahead, get out there and drop some bands, you feel me? Peace. Whew, what a video. Alright, I put all this shit back, got dirt on the floor, got dirt on my couch, man, god damn. The things I do for y'all though, right?